Hi, Kristy Ferguson here, owner at Beyond the Box. I'm standing here with Ragan Yetley, one of our designers at Beyond the Box. She has her associates in interior design and is a certified kitchen and bath designer. Ragan, why don't you tell us a little bit about this project and how it got started?
So this project was a business owner who was building a shop and wanted a living quarters in the same location. So we really started out with reviewing his plans that he had already drawn up with his builder. And from there, we went through all of his plans and talked about what he wanted, what the feel he wanted, what the look he wanted was. And from there, I gathered some inspiration pictures to make sure that we were on the same page about what that look and feel is.
So walk me through a little bit of that kitchen and bath design process that you started with the homeowner. What were some of the questions that you actually asked him?
The first thing that we always ask is, what are you going to do for your appliances? Because that plays a huge role in their overall kitchen design as far as what goes where. So we knew that he wanted to do pretty standard appliances but with an upgraded look to them. So we went with the GE Cafe. They have a beautiful finish. And then from there, we really looked at what he wanted for cabinet material, countertop material. As you can see, we ended up in a slab material to give it a modern look, but also a wood tone brings in that warmth into a home.
Ragan, what are some things to consider in the planning stages?
So we really need to consider what the space is going to look like in the end. So keeping the end in mind is really important. So where does your TV go on the wall? We need to plan an outlet for that. Is your microwave going to be hidden? We need to plan an outlet for that. Are you going to have any lamps? We need to plan an outlet in the floor for that. So things like that need to go in after framing when you're looking at where does the plumbing go, where does the electrical go. You need to make sure that all those things are set then so that when your TV gets installed, it's centered on the sofa.
That is a great tip because there's nothing worse than asymmetry. What are some of your favorite parts about this project?
I think my favorite part, and really of any project, is seeing it all come together. We work so hard to make sure that all these things fall into place perfectly and everything we plan comes together. And so being able to see the end project and a happy client is really my favorite part.
What about the least favorite part? I mean, I know no one wants to talk about things like that, but this is construction. It moves all the time. So maybe could you elaborate on some of those least favorite moments?
I mean, least favorites probably working through challenges that come up on the site. I mean, things are going to come up. Even if you try to plan it the best you can, things are always going to come up. So working through those on-site changes can be a little stressful, but ultimately, if you have a good team to work with, it makes it easier.
Do you have an example?
I think on this project specifically, we had a couple electrical things. So just being able to work through the team and being able to make those on-site changes, like specifically the TV outlet had to get moved once. So we just wanted to make sure that in the end, it's not going to look like the TV's way off from the living space.
I'm going to chime in here a little bit too. The other one would be the lights in the master. We hadn't selected those, and then Ragan ended up choosing one that was very geometrical. And so because we hadn't actually selected that in a fashion pre that electrical layout and walkthrough, that outlet also had to be moved. So you actually worked on this project during COVID. Let's touch a little bit about that.
Yeah, so COVID, as most of you have heard, caused so many delays, really with just having not people working. Everybody was at home, so that really caused a lot of delays. The furniture took about 10 months to come in. We had a trim kit that took even longer. So just being able to work through those things and expecting those delays.
What are you seeing now in regards to delays and some of those issues that you saw during this project? What are you seeing now?
We're seeing things getting better, but even now I would still expect delays and things just to come up.
I've heard that shipping is a problem as well, like more freight damage.
We're definitely seeing some of that too. These are great with the rollout tray. You can imagine to fill everything out, see everything you have in here, and not have to use any emergencies. We decided to do a built-in microwave here to see it at home, to do that built-in look, but also to get on the countertop or anything. Here's your side pull out. Here's the knife utensil pull out. It's really functional for your kitchen to have utensils and knives on one side, spices on the other, right here ready for you to go. So with having the range and the island like this, we needed a way to vent it. And so as you can see, this ceiling here is vaulted. And you cannot put a flush mount ceiling with a non-vaulted ceiling. So we were able to create this soffit that came down and gave us proper venting. bathroom was one of the client's biggest ones from the get-go, so we really went all out in this room. You can see we ended up with a very sleek, pretty floating vanity with the under cabinet lighting. This really just gives a nice mood. We ended up with these lighted mirrors, so really great lighting in here. And then of course this giant shower, tile floor to ceiling on the outside to really tie it in and make it a focal point. You can see all the tiles on the floor match the tile on the inside, and then on the shower floor, to get proper sloping for the drain, these are all the same tiles, just in smaller ones. Everybody wants to be organized and efficient in their life, so having a product system like this that functions well is really important. This client really needed more shelving and less hanging, so we were actually able to make those on-site adjustments when we moved in here because of how adjustable these product systems are. You can see we built-in drawers here, so you don't have to have a dresser. All the room for his hats and his ties, everything's